So you're looking to go into email marketing and you want to capture some emails and you want to create a beautiful landing page, and you have chosen MailerLite as your marketing software, and now you're wondering how to set up your beautiful landing page. Well guys, don't worry. In this video today, I will be sharing with you step by step how you can easily set up your landing page in MailerLite to offer your products or services, or just capture some email. If you don't have a MailerLite account as yet, you can watch my tutorial on how to create your MailerLite account. The link will be in the description of this video. And before we get into this video, it would be great for you to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button so you can help me grow my channel while I help you solve your problems. Now with that said guys, let's get right into it. So when you're on your MailerLite dashboard, you want to go to Sites. This is where you go to create your landing page, and trust me guys, this is easier than you think. And once you're there, select create sites. Here, specify a name for your website. So I'm just going to call this MR tutorial. Now a landing page is a single page. A website allows you to have multiple pages on that website, right? So if you do not have a website, you can go ahead and create a website, but a landing page will be ideal for just capturing emails. So here we're going to select save and continue. Now here's where you define your subscriber group. So your subscribers are pretty much the persons who subscribe to like your mailing list. So for example, you could have one called personal finance, where you only send out personal finance emails. And here I have one called Readings Technology. This is where I'll distribute only things that are related to technology and database, right? So that is why you create or select a new subscriber group. Now if you are new, you will not be seeing any subscriber group, so you could select add new group, and I'll be calling it MR tutorials, and then select create. And that's literally it for a subscriber group. So whenever a person subscribes to your group, they'll be automatically added to that group that you create. So here I'm going to select continue. Now this is a cool part. You can select a template, right? And just use that template or customize it. Here you have a variety to choose from. Now if you're not familiar with web design, I do recommend that you go with a template because it just makes your life easier and simpler, right? So if you just want to capture like a first name and last name, then you can look for something like this, right? And then you can customize it to match your brand. So here, if you can see clearly, it's asking for like name and email and a submit button. This one as well. So I'll be going with this one. Let's preview it, right? So if you have just registered or you have a paid account, then you could actually use one of the templates. However, we're going to be creating it from scratch. So here, select create. So let's delete this, right? Let's delete this one as well. Delete this template. We're going to be deleting everything here and starting from scratch. So now we have a blank page to start with, right? So the first thing you may want to get in your page is your header. So from the sidebar here, ensure you're on blocks, right? You could also be on settings. So if you're on settings, it will look like this. So you can switch to blocks by selecting blocks. So we're going to drag over a text content, right? And here I could say, welcome to my landing page. Now you are going to specify the information that you want here, right? So once you have this content here, once you highlight it, you have the option to make it bold. You can center it, right? So write a line. To increase the size of the font, you highlight it and then you select this icon here and then you can increase the font. So let's say 18, that's a little bit too small. Let's go 24. Welcome to my landing page. So to add additional content to your page, select the plus icon. You have to hover over the content you already have, select add, and then you have various types of content that you can add. So here I'm just going to add 2 columns here. And if you look here, you'll see what the 2 columns look like. So now I could add an image to one of these content block, right? And if I want some text in one, then I could add some text. So here I'm going to select edit to add a picture of me. So I'm going to select browse, right? So I'm just going to add this stock market one here, right? Everything coming together now, right? And then I'll be pretty much adding a little description. I'm going to go to ChatGPT. So I just search for what is stock market investing and I'm just going to grab about a paragraph. Now let's go back. And in the text section, I'm going to fill, right? But this looks a little bit dead. So what I could add here is another column. So what I can do here to make this stand out a little bit is add another block. And then I'm going to add a header in that block, right? So once you add another block, you can use these icons to move it to top or bottom, right? So I'm just going to say what is stock market investing. So now I'm just going to highlight this black piece of content, select Control on your keyboard to bring up the status bar, and I'm going to make it bold, and I'm going to increase the font a little bit to make it stand out a little bit more, right? So I'm going to say 18, that's a little bit fine, and I'm going to center it, align center. To adjust the spacing between the content here, select the block that you want to edit by selecting this little pencil icon, and then here you can scroll and adjust the spacing, right? So as you can see, it changes. So this is the lowest it can go, which is 0. Now below this, so if you wanted to add additional content here, you could add it, but it's up to you, right? So now I'm going to add a divider here. So I'm going to add a plus, and I'm going to add a divider, right? So this creates like a little separation between the content. Now let's say you wanted to add a video on your landing page, right? So now we're going to select add again, select video, and then it will create the section for the video. Now you can go to YouTube. This is my channel here. I'm going to search for a video on my channel. Just going to grab this link and share and copy. So now let's head back to MailerLite. So here you're going to select edit, and then you're going to specify the link to your video. So I'm just going to select save here. So that will take care of the video. So now it's time for us to add our contact form, right? So now we need to add the form that will allow the person to provide their first name and last name. Now, please keep in mind that this section is totally optional. I'm just giving you an overview of how you can use MailerLite to really build out your page. You can add anything that you want, right? So I'm going to add another divider here. And now I'm going to add the form for individuals to subscribe to my page. So from the block section, you want to drag over the sign up form. So I need to press the move down button to ensure it's below the divider. Now when you edit the form, you can add multiple fields. So when you select form, you have the option to add other fields. So I'm going to select add and add another field. So by default, it pops up the email, the name field, and the last name. So to change it from name to first name, select edit, and for the label, you're going to say first name. You're going to make this field required, select save. So when you make the field required, whenever somebody is subscribing, they have to provide their first name. And it's the same thing for the last name, right? So let me select the form again, right? So we're going to make the last name required. So to do that, again, you select the edit, and then you check the field that says this field is required. Now select save. Now let's scroll down, and here you have the button. So to make changes to your button, like the color, you want to select your button, select settings, then you want to go down to call to action, right? Then you select the button icon here, and then here you have the option to change the background color, right? So let's say you want to change it to yellow, then that's how you change it. Now when you hover over it, you see it changes to green. So to change that, you select on hover and select whatever color you want, right? So now when I hover, it changes from yellow to blue. You want to change it to red, then it changes it to red. So I'm going to set it back to green, and then select save. Now to change the text, you select the button again, go to forms, and here you can change the text of the button. So let's say download free guide. Now yellow is not the best color, so I'm going to change that to blue, right? So I'm going to go save this first. Now let's go back to settings, scroll down to call to action. For the background color, I'm just going to change that to blue, right? So you want to ensure it aligns with the theme of your website. So to get rid of this, you can always delete it, right? So you could delete it if you wish, right? So I'm going to select save here and leave the contact us. So now you should get an idea of how to build out your landing page. Now you also have the success page. So whenever they subscribe, they'll be redirected to the success page. So I'm going to select success page here, and you can see that it just says a thank you, right? So you can also add additional content. So if you wanted to add a video, you select add video. So you could customize it just like the landing page and change your message. So here I'm going to select save, and then select save and publish. Now this is the URL for your landing page. So you can change it to whatever you want. So I'm just going to call it, say, MRT for tutorials. Now the favicon is this little icon you see at the top of your browser here. Now the favicon is only allowed in the paid plan, right? So if you upgrade, then you can always choose a favicon. Now for your page title, we can say stock market guide. So if you share a link to someone, when it provides a summary, this is what they'll see. And the page keywords allows for search engine optimization. So if someone is searching the web, the keywords can help them discover your page. And the same for the description. So I do recommend that you add the description for your page, right? Allow search engines to index this landing page. Of course, we'd love that. And then here we're going to select save and continue. So if we're supposed to copy this link and paste it in the URL, we should get our landing page. So our YouTube video is not being shown. So let's see what's up with that. So let's go back to the video. Now let's select edit, enter the URL. Now let's select this button to insert it. And here we go, the video has been inserted. So now we need to select save and update. Now let's go to the page and refresh. And here we now have the video being shown on our landing page. So it's really up to you guys to really customize how you want it to look and feel. You could also have your subscribe button here, and then you just have the video at the end. Now when you select the download free guide and provide the first and last name, it will not be going anywhere. So the next step is for you to set up an automation to capture your email address and first and last name. So let's go back to MailerLite, select automation, select new automation. So here I'm going to select create start from scratch, specify your name for your automation. I'm just going to call this MR tutorials. Now select start building. So what this allows you to do is to create a little workflow. So when users subscribe to your mailing list or whatever it is, an email is automatically sent. Now you can set this up or you don't have to set it up. So for the trigger, you want to select when subscribers joins group. Now from the drop down, you select group you want to add them to. Now select save. The next step is to add an email that you want to send out. You could add a delay or you could even add conditions, right? So to keep things simple, we're just going to send an email immediately. So if you wanted to delay for a day, you could just select add, delay, and then you set the delay that you want, right? So let's say after a week, you send an email. So that's how it works, right? So I just did that so you could understand it. So now you need to define the email that you want to send. So this is just the name for your email. It will not be visible to your subscribers, right? Now the next step is to specify an email subject. So you could say investing guide. Now you could add a personalization, like you could say investing guide for, and you specify the person last name. So let's say investing guide for, and you specify the last name as well as you could specify the first name. Who is it from? MR Morrison. The sender's email, right? And now we need to design the content that we need to send. So select design email. You could use a template, however, starting from scratch is fine. So let's use the rich text editor. Now let's select continue. And here you simply write your email that you want to send out. So you could say hi. You could insert a variable for the person name, right? First name, and then I'm going to specify a comma after that. So it says hi MR, and just let's say welcome to my mailing list. Now if you want to add a guide for them to download, you say please download the guide using the link below. And you could simply say click me to download your free copy. Then you're going to turn this into a link by highlighting it and then select link. Select insert link. Now here you'll simply paste the link to the document that you want them to download. So if I go to my Google Drive, so I'm just going to grab a random link here. I'm going to select share. I'm going to select share right again. And then for the restricted, I'm going to say anyone with link. Now for the permission, I'm just going to say viewer, right? So I'm just going to copy. I'm going to go back to the tutorial. Now here on MailerLite, you would specify the link, right? Now let's select insert, and whenever they join the mailing list, they will just get the simple email. Once they click the link, they will be redirected to the product and then they can download it. Here it automatically have the option for them to unsubscribe from your mailing list. You don't want to change that. That's a really good option, right? And also MailerLite doesn't give you the option to change it. So once you're done with that, you can select done, and that's literally it. So once someone joins your mailing list, it will wait 1 week and then sends an email 1 week after, right? However, you can get rid of this and then you just save. So I'm changing the wait to 1 day. I'm going to enable it. All right, now I can actually save and close. So select save and close. And then here you can see that it is active. So it will show you how many mails that were sent, how many has clicked, and how many has opened. So it will look something like this. So I hope this video has helped you a lot, guys. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.